Hey guys, it's Meechie and I am back with another video. So today I am going to be doing a quick weave with a 5x5 HD lace closure. I'm going to be using the Burmese Wavy raw hair. What I've already done is braided it for you guys, but I'm going to explain how I did my foundation and then we'll get started with the quick weave. So I'm putting a 5x5 HD lace closure on my model. So what I did was just braided the top of her head, braided all her braids back. So I did smaller braids on the top, and then as we go around to the back, her braids got a little bit bigger. So this will save you time if you just kind of merge two braids into one, because it doesn't have to be super flat back here. You just want to make sure you have smaller braids on the top. So if you're not a neat braider like me, it doesn't matter. It's just all about the flatness of the foundation. And also what I like to do is just leave a little bit of hair out on the sides. So when I put my closure on and I smooth out her edges, it'll all blend in together where you can't tell where the closure stops and where her natural hair starts. So you'll just have a continuous flow, which will give it a very natural look. Okay, so now we're going to cover her hair up with the stocking cap. Again, this is a quick weave with an HD lace closure. So we have to make sure we're putting a cap on for the closure, as well as putting a cap on to cover her hair up so that no glue gets in her head. So we'll start with the HD stocking cap first. So you just want to pull that down to get it as thin as possible. Then I like to spray the hairline. And sometimes you can just spray on the stocking cap as well, just to get it to stick. So I'm just gonna go ahead and stitch this around first. Okay, so now we're gonna work on the foundation of the lace. So I'm gonna cut my stocking cap. I like to cut it right up against the hairline, making sure all of her hair is protected underneath the stocking cap. So now I'm gonna take my black strips and we're going to wrap it around her hair to protect her braids. Okay, hold this right here, right where you feel my finger, yep. You don't have to go on top of the stocking cap because that's where our closure is gonna go. Tap. So we are completely covering her hair. I left her back hairline out, her nape area, because we don't want to pull any tension on that area. Then I'm just going to go on top of it with a black stocking cap. And I'm actually going to double cap it, just because I like how it sticks when there's two caps on there. So now you just want to take your thread and we're going to go completely around the nude stocking cap, all the way around the hairline. So you're just going to follow their bottom braid, their perimeter braid, all the way around and back around the nude cap. So stitching the cap down is what's going to give you longevity on your quick weave. This is going to allow your quick weave to last about 3 to 4 weeks. That way, if your client is sweating or, you know, taking a shower or anything, the entire Quickweave won't slide off because it's stitched down to the braids. Now we're just gonna cut any excessive black stocking cap off that we don't need and expose the nude stocking cap. Okay, so that completes your protective foundation for your Quickweave. No product was used to mold it down, just strictly stocking caps and rapids. No glue will be in your client's hair. So I'm gonna go ahead and start bleaching my knots. This is the Burmese texture here, and as you can see on the lace, the knots are super small. So that's what you want when you purchase a lace, to have super small knots. That way it can melt in great with the skin, and this is a HD lace. So what I'm gonna do is just pour some powder in a container. I usually measure, but I'm just gonna eye it this time. I'm using a 30 volume bleach. Just kind of mix that in together. You want to get like a thick consistency, kind of like a toothpaste, so it's not falling off the brush. And that right there is perfect. So now I'm going to spread it on the lace and let it sit for about 20 minutes. Alrighty, so we'll let that process and we'll get started. Okay, so our closure is bleached, the knots are bleached, so we're just gonna cancel out this gold that you see. Some people like to soak it in hot water. I'm gonna use it directly on the lace because I've done that in the past and I actually like how it neutralizes the color out better. So I'm gonna use the shampoo without diluting it. And then we're just gonna let this sit for about 20 minutes. So now I have washed out the shampoo, and as you can see, the knots are no longer gold. It matches the skin tone very well. So now we're gonna go in and install our closure. Okay, so now we're gonna glue our stocking cap down. And I'm not getting any glue in her hair. We're just working on her hairline. So now I'm just going in with my cream foundation. You can use the foundation of your choice. I'm using Ruby Kisses. Now I'm just putting the same color on the back of the lace, so you don't have to put much. And also I like to cut the sides of my lace off where that thick seam is. Now we're gonna line our lace up. Right to the end of the glue. Now we're just putting an elastic band on. You want to make sure it's secure so it can help smash the lace down to the glue. Now we're going to stitch the closure down. Although this is a quick weave and we're gonna glue the tracks in, I like to stitch the closure down because sometimes the glue can be too thick and it gets in the way. It feels a little lumpy. So you want to pull it secure enough to where there's no bumps throughout your lace, but you don't want to pull it too tight to where it slides. That's why I like to put my band on first, because it helps to sit the lace exactly where I need it. Okay, so we're gonna be using a 24, a 22, and a 20 inch of the Burmese raw wavy hair. So this hair can be worn as is in its curly state, or it can be pressed out completely straight. You could put body wave curls in it. You can do almost anything to this hair. It has a lot of versatility to it. So we're gonna install that and then we'll style her. So this is optional on the first row. I'm gonna actually stitch her tracks in around her perimeter from one side to another. And that's gonna help secure this piece of lace down, the corner of the lace that's gonna hold this down for me. And then the rest of the tracks I'll glue in. And you wanna make sure that you are staying underneath the braid for that first track. You don't wanna have any of your foundation exposed. You want to have a flawless weave. All right, so this is what your first row should look like. And now I'm just going to go in, and the rest of the tracks will be glued in. Okay, so now we have all of her bundles installed, and I was able to get almost the 3 bundles. This is all we had left. So this is almost 3 bundles plus the closure. So this is what it's looking like. And the Burmese wavy, raw wavy is great for like natural hair. If you want like that natural hair look, like if you have clients that want to leave hair out and they have natural hair, this does a great blend for that type of hair. And again, it gets straight. You can put body curls in it. It has a ton of versatility. So we're going to go ahead and finish her lace. This is the first melt. We're going to take her band off, and I'm going to pluck it a little bit, make it look nice and good, and put the band back on to do our second melt. Then we're going to mold her and curl her. A lot of steps. Okay, now so I'm just going to go in and just pluck a few hairs just to kind of thin it out, like taper it out. So when you're dealing with lace, the best way to make it look natural that I've learned over time is you want to just kind of taper it out, almost like a fade. So you just want to make sure it's just a little finer towards the end and just gradually get thicker. But if you notice with this particular lace, it's already kind of doing that, so I don't have to do much. And that's what you want when you're purchasing your lace. You want it to look almost natural, where you don't have to do a lot of work to it. And again, this is the 5x5 HD lace by Meechie De'Franco Beauty, and this is the Burmese wavy closure. So now I'm just gonna go in with the razor and cut the lace off. Now let's do our second melt. So now I'm just gonna go across her lace a little bit with the same powder that I used on the stocking cap to match your skin tone, just a little bit. Give it a spray. Right along the hairline. Okay, so I'm just putting the stocking cap on top of her hair just to hold it down while she sits under the dryer. Okay, so she is molded. Look how amazing this hair looks. I just ran through it with the blow dryer, but look how full it is. Again, we didn't even use a full 3 bundles. So now I'm just gonna go in and do my work on her part and put the curls in, and we're all set. Okay, so now I'm gonna clean up her part, and I'm gonna use my black spray. I like to use Temptation. Right now, this is what I'm using. So some people like to do the comb, but sometimes I mess it up with the comb. So what I do is I use a piece of yarn. So Toya, I'm gonna have you hold this yarn. So just have your client hold it. Don't even hold it tight right there. And then I'm gonna spray. Let go. That's gonna give us a clean part. Okay, so now I'm just gonna go in and give her some light layers. That way we can get some fullness in the hair. I'm gonna frame it around her face a bit, and that's about it. We're gonna put some curls in it, then we'll be all set. Now when you go in and do your layers, I like to start in the front. So I can kind of get my guide based on where I want it to fall in the front. I may go a bit shorter than that, but I'm just gonna start there for now. Okay guys, so this completes our look. Again, this is a 5x5 HD lace by Meechie De'Franco Beauty. And this is a quick weave. We did about 2.5 bundles with the closure. I stitched the tracks around the perimeter, then we glued the rest of the tracks in. So this is gonna last her about 3 to 4 weeks. Be sure to follow me on IG at Meechie De'Franco, as well as subscribe to my YouTube channel, Meechie De'Franco. And if you're interested in purchasing this hair, make sure you go to MeechieDeFrancoBeauty.com. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I'll see you on the next one.